Students of level 8. Hope you all are safe and sound. This is your English literature teacher, Miss Fareeda Ashiq from Falcon House Grammar School Campus 9. Today we are going to do chapter 34, A Queen's Girl. Anne's departure for Queen's Academy is imminent and everyone at Green Gables helps with the preparations. Marilla changes her ideas about fashion and buys fabric for a fancy evening dress. When Anne tries the dress on and recites a poem for Matthew and Marilla begins to cry. At first, proud that her poem has moved Marilla, and realizes her departure is what makes Marilla sad and reassures that though she has grown up, she is still same person same. It won't make a bit of difference where I go or how much I change outwardly. At heart, I will always be your little Anne. The embrace and Matthew reflects that it was providence, God's will, not luck that sent Anne to them in the first place. On the first day at Queen's Academy, Gilbert's presence in the advanced class comforts Anne. Although Anne and Gilbert never speak to each other, his presence reminds her of the rivalry that has motivated her for so many years. Anne is lonely in the classroom full of unfamiliar people and miserable. Later that night, in her room at the boarding house, just as Anne starts crying, Josie Pye shows up and Anne is delighted to see a familiar face. Even though she disliked Josie, Jane and Ruby visit. And Jane admits that she has been crying too. Josie announces the news of Ivory Scholarship, which provides money for the best student in English to attend a 4-year college after his or her 1-year program at Queen's Academy. And immediately imagines Matthew's pride if she were to earn a bachelor's degree. Chapter 35, The Winter at Queen's. Anne's homesickness wears off as the school year progresses. Midway through the years, the scholars at Queen's Academy stop their weekend visits to Avonlea and prepare for exams in the spring, and finds that though she is as ambitious as ever, her rivalry with Gilbert has lost some of its power. The thought of defeating him academically still excites her because he is a worthy opponent, but she no longer cares about beating him, just to humiliate him. In fact, she secretly wishes to be friends with him. Seeing him walking with Ruby Gills all the time makes her wonder what Gilbert sees in Ruby, since Ruby has none of the ambitious or thoughtfulness that Anne and Gilbert share. Anne's circles of friends expands as she meets other girls in her class. She also continues her friendship with Aunt Josephine. At the end of the term, while all the other girls are nervous about exams, Anne forgets about the pressure of the school and enjoys the beautiful sights of spring. Chapter 36, The Glory and the Dream. On the morning the exam results are announced, Anne is too nervous to check the list, but someone spots her name and cries that she has won the Ivory Scholarship, and Gilbert Blythe, the gold medal. A swarm of people surrounds Anne and congratulates her. And when Matthew and Marilla came to the Queen Academy for commencement, they can hardly contain their pride in Anne's achievement and goes back to Green Gable after commencement rejoicing at all the familiar sights and in spending time with Diana. And plans to continue her education at Renmont College in the fall while Jane and Ruby will begin to teach. She learns from Diana that Gilbert will be teaching also, since his father cannot afford to send him to Redmond, which disappoint him. At Green Gables, Anne and Marilla discuss the shaky position of Abbey Bank, where the cute birds have always kept the money. Rumors of the bank's trouble have persuaded Marilla to ask Matthew about moving their money, but he has reassured her that the bank is all right. And notice that Marilla and Matthew are not looking well. Marilla says she has headaches, have become severe, and her deteriorating visions had been swaying and reading uncomfortable. Matthew has been having heart trouble all spring but cannot bring himself to follow the doctor's order to rest more. I hope you all have understood chapters 34, 35, and 36. Stay home, stay safe till our next class. Allah Hafiz.